Hello my dear professionals, welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing few things that can help you navigate through the recession with ease and with much lesser risk, and it takes a lot of preparation to be at a point where you are not really affected by what's happening in the market. And being recession proof is not really about how many resources you have, but it's mostly about the mindset and how you use those resources at that very time. And you will make right decisions only when you are aware about things and situations and their outcomes. So today we will discuss few things that you must keep in your mind, that you must be aware of, so that when something like that hits your life, you are impacted least and you are not losing your mind there. So on that note, let's get started. Number one on the list is accept pay cuts. Now, most of the companies, when they are hit by recession, they start doing pay cuts for their employees. Now, as a HR, I can confirm you that companies have two ways to save cost for themselves. One is they can start laying off employees to save cost. Second, they can do pay cuts for everybody in the company equally. It can also depend on at what level you are. People at higher level get higher pay cuts and people at lower level gets lesser pay cut. But no matter what it is, accept those pay cuts. In those difficult times also, there are employees who fight back and says somebody is not working as much we are, then why we are getting the pay cuts similar to them. See guys, it's not about who's getting how much pay cut, it's about retaining all the employees, because ultimately everybody has to survive together. You cannot just put somebody in that danger zone where he's not able to meet his financial liabilities at all and not making any money just so that you can make 100% of yours. You never know, you can be the next person in the layoff list. So do not be that toxic employee or the egoistic employee who is not understanding the gravity of what's happening in the market. If your job is getting saved with a pay cut, I will say just grab the opportunity until you find something which you can say is really stable, because you can find another job, but you never know when they start laying off. So if your job is getting saved with little pay cut, take it. There is no better way. Second on the list is something that I always advocate. Love your skills, not the companies. Companies will come and go. The brand names will not dictate your life. Your skills will. If you are good at your skills, if you are focusing on your skills, developing your skills continuously, there will be no shortage of jobs for you. Be it recession or be it anything else, you will not get impacted as much as people who do not have any skills and who solely depends on the brand names they are working with. If you have good skills, even in the hardest of times where companies are laying off, you can still utilize your skills in some other projects where you are doing freelancing or taking some small projects, at least earning some amount of money, if not the full amount as you used to earn from your job. Good skills always pay. So do not chase brand names and do not run after companies that you think they will get you everything in your life. No, work on your skills, love your skill set, develop your skill set. That should be your ultimate goal. Point number 3, do not leave on bad note. In recession, what happens is when people start getting laid off, obviously their manager give them this news, or sometimes HR gives them news. If your manager is giving you this news that you are being laid off for whatever reason they say, just leave on a good note, because you don't know yet. Your manager can be the next person who's laid off, and maybe if you are in good terms with that person, wherever he goes next, he might hire you. He or she might consider hiring you in their new company. So do not leave in argument, because in recession it's really tough for everybody. You cannot blame your manager or HR, because their job is also not certain. They can be the next one to go out of the door after you. So do not keep grudges. So do not burn the bridges behind you in times of recession. Accept whatever is happening and leave on a good note. This will help you in future. Mark my words, it will for sure help you. Fourth on the list is pick insurance for your parents when it's right time. See guys, insurance is something that is really difficult to get from market if you have sick and old parents. The insurance that you get in market, they will do a health checkup first, or they will ask if there are pre-existing diseases, and the cost will increase accordingly. So when you are in a company working and you see recession happening around you, and you see that there can be a chance where you are laid off and your job is in danger, the first thing that you have to do is, obviously your parents or your family is included in your insurance, get a insurance for them from the market. Because if your job is not there tomorrow, suddenly to get an insurance will be really difficult. So do this when it's right time and you can get things easily. And not only parents, get for your spouse and kids as well, if you have a family. So do that as soon as possible, otherwise the recession will hit you even harder. Because if something goes wrong, and those medical bills will just ruin your financial stability even further. So pick the insurance as soon as you can. Next on the list is delay your purchases, especially for big things. If you are planning to buy, for example, a car, a house, or something of that sort, and recession is around the corner, delay your purchase, because you never know how the market is gonna hit you, your job, and then if you have heavy EMI liabilities, that's not going to end up in a very good way. So avoid doing all of that if possible. Next on the list is start working on a parallel income while you are still in your full-time job. The reason why you should start working on your parallel income when you are on your job, actual job, is because building a good parallel income takes time, and it's not something that you can do over time, that you started today, after a week you are earning in lakhs. It doesn't happen that way. Even if you work as a freelancer or a contractor, or you build something else, it will take time. So if you have already built a platform where you can earn some money, so when recession hits you, you already have something to work on to scale up. It's not that you have to start from zero, and in recession it's not easy. If you have already lost your job, there are a lot of financial responsibilities in your head. You will not be as creative as you can get otherwise, and you will not feel like working with all of that burden. But if you have already built something, maybe tiny bit, you will have something to look forward to, that I have built something this far, this is small, but now I have all the time in the world to scale it up. So it will act as a great hope for you, where you'll find mental peace, and where you know that what's next. Now job is not there, then what's the next step? So that will act as a next step for you, and you will find yourself in peace, that I have at least something to work on or to get money from. So it is very important that you figure out what you want to build your parallel income as. And it's very important, if you have not identified any area where you can generate a parallel income, focus on it, work on it, try to figure out what you can do other than your job. If tomorrow your job is not there, what is something that you can really do and earn money with it? Next on the list is learn being comfortable with cold conversations. It can be cold emails, cold calls, because when recession hits and you lose your job, you never know where you have to start. So if you're really awkward with these skills now, it will be really hard at that time as well. And you will miss out on so many opportunities that might be just around the corner, and you miss them just because you are really awkward with these skills. So even when times are good and you're doing very well financially, try to learn these skills, and every now and then try to communicate with people by sending cold emails or doing cold calls, because there's no harm in it. You're not losing by doing any of such thing. Now people might argue that, oh, we'll do it at that time, what is the need now? See, if you're not good at these skills and you send an email saying, hey, can we talk, or I want to speak to you regarding something, these things will not get you any response, nothing at all. And then you will be disheartened, thinking these things never work and I'll not get anywhere. So all these things will really help you get somewhere when the times are difficult. So try learning these skills now when you are in good position. You have everything that you need. It will be easier to learn it now than it will be then. So that was it, guys, for today's video. I really hope you derived some value out of today's conversation. And if you have any queries related to recession or something else, put them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. And with that, we came to the end of this video. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready. And I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care.